So hello again, this is Hypersha. Ang topic natin today is about Excel tables. So what are Excel tables? So ang example natin ngayon is an inventory stock planner. Let's say meron tayong item, category, cost per unit, ending inventory, and threshold. So first of all, ang requirement ng data to be able to turn into an Excel table, dapat tabular sila. So what is the meaning of tabular? Dapat ang first row natin, it is called a header row. Dapat it describe what are the records or transactions below them. Let's say for this one, it says item. So this should be items of the data range. So if we say in ending inventory, then the numbers dun sa below it are all ending inventory numbers. So that's how we call it header rows. Number 2 is dapat wala silang blank columns or blank rows. So I'll just insert a blank column. Dapat walang blank columns, and at the same time wala ring blank rows. So I'll just undo it. So next is dapat wala rin silang subtotal or grand total sa baba. We check that this is already a tabular data. We can now turn this data range to an Excel table. Ang shortcut key is Ctrl-T. So Excel automatically detects your data range, and at the same time Excel already check yung by table has headers. So all we need to do is click OK. So now Excel automatically applies table design. So you can change the table design. You can choose from light, medium, or dark, or you can also create your own table design. Okay, and at the same time, a new contextual tab dun sa ribbon natin is created. These are all formatting options and other options for our Excel table. So after we turn it into Excel table, the next thing that we need to do is to give it a name. And also next, we have different options here. Number 1, meron tayong filter button sa taas. So if we uncheck that, mawawala yung ating filter button. And then if we check that, magkakaroon ng filter button. Filter button lang is para mas mabilis ang ating filtering. And then we can just select which values we wanted to show. And then header rows, at the moment naka-check. If we untick it, mawawala ating header rows. Ang total row naman natin, magkakaroon siya ng total row down below. So this is our total row. At the same time, we can change the kind of aggregation or summation used in computing for the total row. So we have several options. We have average, count numbers, max, mean, or sum. So let's say for this one, ending inventory, there is an available total row options for us to use. Average, warehouse, you can count it. So it's really up to you and how you would want to use your total row. Let's take out total rows, then total rows is gone. So banded rows, mawawala yung kanyang alternating shading of the rows. So if we put it back, magkakaroon ng shades. First column, ginagawa niya lang bold yung font, yung first row. Last row, now it becomes in bold. Banded columns, just like banded rows, nagkakaroon siya ng banded rows. If that's what you like, let's say we don't want banded rows and banded columns. Okay, and at the same time, you can convert it back to range in case you don't want it to become an Excel table. Okay, and then we have what we call it, the sizing handle here. So you can resize it, you can pull it down if you have other transactions to add, and you can also resize it back. And also, one of the greatest features of Excel table is the calculated columns. Let's say let's calculate inventory value. So once I click enter, automatic, I'll just baguhin ko lang to para mas kita. So that's our inventory value. So, automatic yung sizing handle natin. It adjusts to the right, no, to include the inventory value column. So, now let's create a formula. Ang inventory natin is cost per unit multiply by ending inventory. So, one great feature of the Excel table is yung kanyang structured name references. As you can see, ang formula natin is using the header's name. So, cost per unit, that's the header name for that one, for that column. And then the ending inventory, so that's the header name for that column. So, it's not giving yung mga cell references natin as C1 multiplied by E6. So, it's a structured name references. So, once I hit enter, yung formula is consistently applied to all the rows. So, kung marami kayong rows dyan, marami kayong data nyo, maraming rows, it could be 1,000 or 9,000. So, the same formula is consistently applied to all the rows. Okay, so paano naman tayo mag-add ng records sa ating row? So, let's say meron tayong new record. I'll just copy this one. Then, I'll paste it down here dito sa next row below the current row. So, I'll press Ctrl V. So, automatic ang ating sizing handle adjust. So, to capture yung ating new records. And at the same time, yung ating formula is already calculated to each and every new record. So, if you're not using Excel table, I think if you have that kind of data, you might as well decide or try to use Excel tables because it offers a lot of advantages and functionalities. Thank you for watching and see you next time.